I'm writing stuff with the songwriting. So what kind of stuff do you like to listen to? You know that, or you know, give me a history of kind of like your you know, other than listening to the Grateful Dead. What kind of other stuff do you your musical anthology? Would you say? You know that.
Well, some of my favorites, I guess, would be the Dave Matthews Band. I like Fish a lot. Allman Brothers are a big influence. Guitar-wise, Eric Clapton, Stevie Ray Vaughan are big influences. Songwriting, it can come from anywhere. Sometimes I'll just go ride my bike for a while and then sit down and write in a notebook, just random stuff. Other times I'll flip through the radio and listen to people I don't even know who it is, you know. Or I'll go to somebody else's show and I'll sit there with my notebook and try to get some ideas.
Mm-hmm.
But ideas can come from anywhere, and sometimes I'll just piece things together. Other times I'll sit down with my guitar and just be needling around, and something will start to come out, something will start to formulate. So I don't have any definite method with songwriting.
Yeah, I guess approaching it from there's a lot of singer-songwriters out there that just have an acoustic guitar and they go around and they write songs and they play, but you also are a lead guitar player. I mean, I listen to, it's kind of hard to pull that off when you're in the studio with an acoustic guitar and playing lead and sing, you know, but so there's two different, you know, approaches there, right? When you're writing a song, you're not really thinking about the lead parts that you're going to do and put over top of it. The looper pedals are really great now because you can actually pull some of that off, where like Keller Williams and different people in that are into that kind of thing can loop things and play things, but that's somewhat limiting because then you really can't, you know, change tempos and stuff like that. So yeah, I just wondered if there was a way that, you know, you approach things as far as you look at it, you know, approach things differently. When you're going to do a solo, you don't sit down and write a song based like, okay, I'm going to write this to take care of this solo type of thing.
No.
Yeah. So improvising, and I've listened to a lot of your, you know, your lead parts and stuff like that. How do you approach that when you sit down and, you know, okay, you've written a song, and then do you have a rhythm guitar player? Do you have, you know, just a bass player, and then all of a sudden you're going to step out into solo over something that you've already written? So, you know, what's the process there when you do that?
Well, I'll either record me playing rhythm guitar, and then I'll just like practice at home and noodle around with ideas, or figure out what key it's in and what scale fits, and just start to play. I've been playing so long that right now I'm at the point where I can just hear it and just start jamming on it, and it generally works pretty well.
So you're not thinking, okay, I'm going to play a Dorian mode over top of this and blah, blah, that kind of thing?
Yeah, sometimes I'll sit there and think for a minute, like, okay, what scale's going to work out best? And I'll, you know, major scale or Dorian scale or whatever, and then...
Yeah, major, minor, mode, you know, that kind of stuff, yeah. Just curious, you know, if you're thinking pentatonically, I know that's like the big, you know, everybody...
Yeah. Usually, like when I'm first writing a tune, and I'm first soloing over it, I'm figuring out what am I going to do here, and I'll think like that. But the idea would be to get beyond that, so that when you're playing live, you can just jam and not have to think. You know, what note am I on? What scale am I on? Where should my fingers be?
Yeah.
You can just kind of be in the moment, be in the zone, and just going for it.
Right, and that's great when that happens. You know, especially when the audience also, you know, is in that same zone, and you know, that connection happens. And it's funny because, you know, as a songwriter, you know, words are my kind of like lead parts, I guess. You know, so when I sit up there and I, you know, maybe write something, and I can see somebody in the audience would like connect with the word part, you know, and they're like really listening to what you're saying. And I remember the first time that happened, it's kind of like a scary thing, you know. It's like you're like forced to be intimate on stage. And it's like, okay, you get what I'm saying, and you're like, oh man, I still have to Yeah, it's an interesting thing. So, what would you like to do for us now? Is there anything that, maybe off the new CD or something that,
yeah.
totally up to you.
Let's do another one off the new CD. This one's called Welcome Love.
In case you just joined us, you're listening to Acoustic Songs at WNJR 91.7 FM in Washington, PA, and Patti Spadaro is in the studio with us playing live. She's going to do a tune from her upcoming CD. What's the title of the CD? Do you know yet?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay. I'm not sure yet. That's a good title. All right. This is Patti Spadaro on Acoustic Songs Live.
Tired of waiting on the outside. Let me into your heart. I can feel you here inside mine. Let me into your world. Tired of standing by the wayside. I'll welcome you right into everything is quiet. Want the courage to feel this love. Let go, be this love. Let go, let go. Tired of waiting on the outside. Let me into your eyes. I can feel you here inside mine. Let me into your world. Tired of standing by the wayside. I'll welcome you right into mine. Right into my world. Oh, welcome love, love, welcome love. Welcome to my world. Oh, love, welcome love. I want to celebrate with you. Let go, be this love. Let go, let go. Be love to have love. Give love to bring love. Balance to see love. Feel to heal love. Respect will show love. Tired of waiting on the outside. I'll welcome you right in.